Hey everybody!
What's up?
We're back with another movie review.
Yeah? Yeah, we are.
We just went and saw Ready Player One.
It was pretty darn good.
I liked it.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it was super great. I would be hard pressed to say it was super awful.
No, it wasn't terrible. If you go see this movie, don't read the book first. I will say that. Because this is very much very...
Or do. You could be like me and get a way better experience out of this movie.
I really liked the book. Oh no, I think I like the book more than you do.
Yeah.
But
well, the book is very divisive because the book very much comes down to having this overall feeling of the main character being, I'm better than you at X because I know more than you, so fuck off. And that's like his overall attitude. And it really kind of grates after a while.
I didn't necessarily think all that. But...
I'm explaining how some people feel. I'm one of those people, because I really did not like Wade Watts in that book. He was easily the least interesting character. He never had to try to win anything. It was all just rote memorization and things that fit perfectly within his wheelhouse of doing. He never had to go above and beyond himself to try and accomplish a goal.
I think all the effort wasn't in what he was trying. We're talking about the movie, though.
Let's discuss the movie. The movie, I think,
you want to talk about the book? That's a video just by itself.
Yeah,
we could debate.
Yeah, you never know. We might do something like that. The movie is, it's not great Spielberg work, but at the same time, even Spielberg's lesser work feels worlds above most other people.
Yes.
And that's honestly what I was really hoping Spielberg would bring to this, is that kind of ability to write people or direct people in a movie rather than have characters espouse dialogue, which is definitely something he has done here, because I honestly felt really bad for the people that got hurt or killed.
Yeah.
I felt happy when the good guys won, and I felt glad when the bad guys lost.
Except the uncle, the aunt's boyfriend who died. Fuck that guy. I'm glad he got blown up.
Well, let's never say that, because that's not cool. Well, this deviates from the book, where they're both awful people that no one would ever feel bad about missing. So it's like, it humanizes people, and that's something Spielberg has always been good at.
Yeah.
I always point to Jurassic Park. The characters in that book are fucking awful people. The characters in the movie you like, because they feel like people. And that's what Spielberg has brought to this. They feel like actual people in this. There's a lot more to it. It takes a lot of the book that you can do without, like the real world being separate from the Oasis, and they're actually, the Oasis being this mostly entertainment-driven industry.
Yeah.
And it basically engulfing all of that, but the real world still exists, like people still go to jobs, apparently.
Some of them, not all of them.
There are some things that work in the Oasis, but again, it's mostly entertainment that works in the Oasis.
It does go and show you, like, though, that certain people can just make a living in the Oasis, and
that kind of branches off from how people can make a living on stuff like Twitch or YouTube now. So I like that a lot. I think that's a really great departure from the book, because in the book, the Oasis is the be-all, end-all of the world.
Yeah, but the economy...
Again...
No, don't you start going into the book.
The book and the movie are radically different, and this movie, while I didn't love it, honestly makes the number 3 movie ever that I have liked more than the book source. The previous 2 being Jurassic Park and Blade Runner.
I've never read either of those books, but I've seen both those movies, and I like them.
You should read Jurassic Park. It is actually a really good book. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is a little more subjective as to how people like it, but I think that the movie Blade Runner, which is based off of the book, or the short story by Philip K. Dick, and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is a lot better of a project than the book is.
Okay, then.
So, again, while I didn't think this movie was super duper great, I will say I enjoyed it a lot more than I did the book. I felt it trimmed a lot of the fat, a lot of the bad character development. I have been fighting these flies for 3 days now, and just condensing everything you need down to the absolute minimum, and while still having a good fleshed out story that had a definitive conclusion to its ending.
I will say I really like the book. I think the guy's planning on writing a sequel, which I don't know how he's going to do.
Jared, don't talk about the book.
But no, I'm saying I did like the wrap up and the ending in the movie.
Yes,
better than I did the book.
Like I said, it feels more earned when it happens in the movie, which is rare.
I really do. I love the book. I really do. I really, but so I'm not gonna say that I like the movie more. I like the movie as its own thing, though.
Right.
I really do. I see why they made the changes and took, especially because Jesus Christ, Disney owns half of the crap that's in the book.
Yeah.
The book's just crammed with so much, like, many references and things like that Disney owns the rights to, but at the same time, like, this one, where they couldn't use something Disney did, they brought more modern stuff, because the book is very...
I like that change, actually, because while, yes, the 80s had a lot of really cool shit, it was not the be-all, end-all of entertainment, and there are some things that have come afterwards that really make a good mark. Overwatch is a really great one, and they have it in there more than a couple of times, with a couple of people outfitted as Tracer.
Yeah.
You see an Overwatch kiosk in, like, the Avatar salon area they go to.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I like this a lot. I think it's really cool.
I definitely think they did well with blending all of pop culture instead of just everything from the 80s.
Yes. That's really where it comes off well. That being said, I'm a little more curious how that works. Like, does it cost more to design your own avatar and, like, custom make your own, or is it more expensive to wear somebody else's pre-made skin? Because your main characters all have custom jobs for them.
Yes.
So,
I would think that would be like something you would have to win.
I don't know, because, well, going back to the book, this is one of the things the book did a little better, was kind of explaining the more technical aspect of that. How everybody starts with a base level skin, and then you can customize it as you go.
Yeah.
So, like, something like that made more sense from the book standpoint versus the movie, where he's already kitted out with all kinds of stuff, and you learn about it. I'm trying not to do spoilers. Do we want to do spoilers in a bit?
Let's do recommendations. And
you just want to do recommendations now, and we'll do spoilers later?
Yeah, because I feel if we talk any more about this, we're going to start spoiling it anyway.
Okay, well, overall, strong recommendation. I would definitely pick this up as a matinee.
I would agree. I would say matinee. We saw it on a bigger screen. I
say matinee. I would say any screening that is not 3D, because there's parts where it's intentionally designed for 3D, but all of them are in the Oasis, really. And I don't see them adding a whole lot to an experience.
I might see it in 3D and just, like, put something down in the bottom.
Yeah, if you see it in 3D and you say whether or not it adds more, go ahead. You can put a giant wiener on my head and say, "No, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot."
I don't know why I've never done that.
I don't either, because, you can. But I would say catch a 2D showing. I would say a matinee if you've never heard of this, or if you're cautious about it. If you have been looking forward to it, though, go ahead and take the plunge. This movie was honestly worth it.
Yeah, it was really... movie wise, it's probably the second or third best that's come out this year. I mean,
Well, that's always subjective. But.
yeah, I mean, if you want to see something other than Black Panther in theaters right now,
yes, there we go.
This would definitely be something that just came out. That I mean, they also I would imagine all the theaters had a bunch of really like this one. We got posters and buttons at, so
You might get some cool swag.
I'm imagining like different theaters would have some cool stuff to go along with it. So
Never know. Never know.
I would say, yeah, go ahead, go see it.
All right, in theaters now. Ready Player One. It's fun for all of your muns that is in your pocket. I ran out of rhymes. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Jared, I don't give you permission to talk during the countdown. You shut your fat
Hey,
face.
fuck you! It's my channel.
Yeah, but I'm the one who does the countdown because you don't. So, like we said, they changed a lot in the books, or from the books, I should say. And one of the big changes that you noted was that once they got the key in the books, they had to then complete a second challenge to get the hint for the next key.
Yes, and it was a key and a gate, and then a key and a gate, and a key and a gate.
Yes.
And then that's what finally led to the Easter egg. I see why they changed it.
I prefer this.
If
I'm just going to say I prefer this.
I would say if I wanted to see a true adaptation of the book, you'd have to do a movie for each key.
Honestly, if you wanted to see a true adaptation for the book, I would probably say it'd be closer to a video game that you would need to play. So, I mean, there's just a certain level of interactivity that would be required with it.
Yeah.
And it really wouldn't work as well, I think,
that
as a
and
passive
you would
experience
also
like
well,
movie.
it's that and also the world would have to align, and Disney would be like, sure, you can use all this shit. So,
Yes.
a true adaptation, I will never get to see the fight on screen I was wanting to see, which was Lepidon and Mechagodzilla. But Jesus Christ, the Gundam and Mechagodzilla.
The model RX-782 Mobile Suit Gundam flying down out of the sky and punching Mechagodzilla in the face. I have to say, part of me always kind of wanted that. I just never knew how much until I saw it.
Yeah.
And it was really awesome. That being said, they did miss a really good chance to start playing Stan Bush's The Touch, which if you're ever going to do that, it's in a fight between the RX-782 and Mechagodzilla. And they wail, and it's just like, God.
That was a really good fight sequence.
It was. Honestly, the final battle was pretty damn awesome. A lot of what they do for the avatars is they're mostly in the background. They're just kind of there. They never call attention to it too much. Like, the one they call the most attention to is Goro, but that's only because they use him as a transition to a scene.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing really super bad about that, and I honestly really liked it a lot. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
Because it would have been really easy to stand there and say, "Oh, look, it's the Battletoads, the Ninja Turtles, Ryu, Master Chief, Commander Shepard, Overwatch people. There's some World of Warcraft folks in the back." But instead, they're just background noise to try and just expand
Goro
this.
and there's one other that they wasted their F-bomb on Chucky.
They wasted the F-bomb on Chucky.
Some no-name fucking Sixer. It's like, it's fucking Chucky!
And then it just starts jumping around stabbing people.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. So, I do feel that was kind of... That they wasted their F-bomb.
They did wait. I don't even see the need why they had to have it.
PG-13 movies get one.
I know. It's one non-sexual fuck they can use. But, no, even still, I'm like, why'd you even bother having that? Because it doesn't add anything to the experience.
Random PG-13 movie I've seen.
It's so that they can make it that much more PG-13. So it's like, yeah, we're adult. And it's like, just fucking make a PG movie and be done with it. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
I'd much rather go to a PG movie that's really, really good, but actually requires some parental guidance. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's pretty awesome.
We don't get that anymore.
No,
PG,
we don't.
The movie rating system used to mean something. Now it's almost non-existent.
That does bring me to one of the things that perplexed me, however, was sound effects in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mentioned this to you, and this is really kind of weird, because there's a scene where you see a person dressed up as Tracer from Overwatch, and they give a little, yeah! But it sounds like the character. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they got the sound rights for everything. But then earlier, you see one of the characters firing the M85B, I think that's right, M85B Halo assault rifle. Or assault rifle from Halo, I should say. And it's doing pew 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 pew. And I'm just like, that, what? You went through all the trouble of modeling this very specific gun from a game, but then you don't use the sound effect associated with the gun?
Didn't they do that with the Lancer too?
They did that with the Lancer too. It did a very generic bah when it started to fire before it got destroyed. They got it right with the rocket launcher from Halo, because that made the same sound effect, I think. No, they did that wrong too. It was generic whoosh as it exited the tube.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what.
All I'm saying is, if you're going to have these iconic things in the movie, iconic images, why couldn't they have the same sound accompanying with it? Because you would figure if you license the property to use, you would figure the sound would accompany the image.
I think maybe that's where, maybe not. Maybe the sound bits were their own thing, and they costed more, and the theater, they were already spending a shit ton on the rights that they didn't have, so it was just one of those. They're like, we'll sacrifice sound for the image because that's
like I said,
what
it didn't kill anything in the movie for me. It was just really perplexing, and it kind of took me out because I'm again, if you're going to have this iconic imagery, why not have the extra mile there? I guess, but I don't.
It's all about the paper.
I don't know if that's why it's not in there or what.
They were probably getting close to weight, because this thing is very, 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 very CG. And
yes.
I think maybe.
Well, that being said, there's not a lot of CG in the real world.
I was about to say, I think maybe a third of this.
I really liked that. I thought that was a really good touch, because it would have been really, really easy to just do soundstage and that be CG. But there are portions where they make it look as faithful as they can, like when they go into The Shining.
Yeah.
And they go into the Overlook Hotel. And that's a really well done recreation of the Overlook Hotel.
That was also something I liked that they really, from the book, that they touched on. It wasn't the same movie, but they actually had to go in a movie.
Yes.
And it wasn't the same thing because they had to react the whole movie in the book, but it was elements, and that's where the key was.
Right. Now, I like that. I like that scene a lot. Again, they took stuff from the book and readapted it.
Dude, the whole action, I jumped. It got me.
Yeah, no, I
fucking
gotta admit, I love The Shining, and anytime I see stuff like that on the screen, it immediately takes me back to that feeling that I originally had, especially good reenactments of it, which this was a really good reenactment of The Shining scene, where they go into room 237.
I love the fact that H had never seen it before, and Shoto was like, I'm gonna watch it through my eyes like this.
Yeah. No, that was another thing I really liked, because in this...
I don't know why his name was changed, though.
I don't know.
In the book, it's Shoto. In the movie, it's just Sho.
Maybe because his people might have gotten it confused with Daito.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Again, it wasn't a change that broke anything, and neither was this. The idea that there are going to be some people out there who haven't seen absolutely every piece of media that exists on the planet.
I've never seen The Shining.
Have you really never seen The Shining?
Never
Oh,
seen
we got a movie this Halloween, though.
I don't like horror movies, man.
Oh, this is a great horror movie, though. I don't like horror movies. The Shining is easily one of my favorites. It's so good. It gets in your head.
Wasn't that is that one of the movies that's better in the book?
Yeah, so 4. Thank you.
There you go.
4 movies that are better than their book counterparts. Well, I don't know about the book. I've never read The Shining book. I'll have seen it as a movie. But I'm willing to bet that it's better than Stephen King's book because I don't like a lot of Stephen King books. But...
Kids didn't bang in the sewer.
Yeah, but I didn't like it either, so...
Oh.
This, like I said, this movie had some things that kind of made me scratch my head, but nothing that really broke the movie for me. The characters were all way more personable in the movie than they were in the book. I like the fact that they changed Artemis to actually being a bit of an activist in the real world, rather than just this internet celebrity type.
Yeah.
So
well, she still was an internet celebrity.
She was, but she also had impact in the real world and kind of gave our main character more of a drive.
Yeah.
So she had actual impact in the world and was more than just the prize to be won for him.
Well, you kind of get her.
She had her own agenda outside of Wade.
Well, you kind of get her coming into her own in the movie too, because
a little.
In the book where Wade went into Iowa and did all that stuff, she was the one who ended up going into Iowa.
I enjoyed that change as well, because that gives her some agency and things to do.
Also, she kind of accepted her flaws and stuff, and her character had the little blemish thing.
Yeah, she had a little bit of a red blemish over her eye. Well, which I would love to know how her avatar got used in the IOI thing, because I thought they were all just supposed to be generic skins that they had.
I don't. That's kind of a liberty they took away.
It's a little bit of a liberty, but again, it's nothing that breaks the movie for me.
Yeah. But her avatar eventually had the little blemish thing too.
Which I think that was supposed to be just blood, but.
But.
I don't know. Like I say,
blood.
I don't know. Like I said, nothing in this movie really broke it for me. I wasn't a huge fan of the source material for a number of reasons, but I thought that this was a really good adaptation.
I actually really like the source material, but I think I took a difference away from it than you did. It's one of those agree to disagree.
Yeah, this is true.
But I really did like the movie.
This was honestly a lot of fun, and I'm really happy I can say that this is actually worth going to see in the theaters.
Yes.
Because there is a lot of big screen stuff that works well on the big screen.
Yes.
So...
we saw this on a very big screen.
Yes, we did.
So?
That's about all we got. Or all I've got. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I enjoyed it.
Anything that hasn't already been said?
TJ fucking Miller.
Oh yeah, that was too. That was IROC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shit, I kept trying to remember who that was because I'm like, this guy sounds familiar. Where the fuck have I seen him?
It's TJ Miller.
It's TJ Miller.
Man, I actually like that IROC was more than just like a one-off thing, because in the book he was just kind of there.
Yeah.
And for the first couple chapters as some douchebag they knew.
Right.
And this he actually like kind of served a purpose.
Yeah, he was like a second in command bad guy.
But then he was like, at the end he was like, wait, I'm just a hired gun. I got like 10 years worth of shit. Don't blow me up.
No, that was honestly really great. I thought you were bluffing. I wouldn't have given it to you if you were fucking serious.
I did like the ending more though, how it kind of wrapped everything up, and
yeah, the ending definitely provided a little more finality to everything, and kind of showed how they actually grew as people.
That was a pretty sweet nerd cave at the end too.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But it doesn't end with them playing video games. It ends with them actually being together.
Yeah.
So I thought that was nice. Yeah. I thought that the ending to this was really, really good, and
I like the ending better than the book's ending. I will say that.
yes, it feels more earned because the characters feel better. They feel more like people.
Yeah, and that still was kind of the last thing in the game too. So, or in not the game, in the book too. The game was the final thing, adventure. So.
Right. No,
he had to play adventure like 4 times in the book, though.
Yeah, I know. In this, he wins by not by being the best, but it ends by him finding the first ever Easter egg in adventure,
and also being selfless because it was an
yes.
extra test.
And that's the big. I don't remember that being in the book.
It wasn't.
That's what I thought, and that's really the biggest departure where it's him realizing. This isn't right. This isn't how it should end.
Exactly.
Money isn't the be-all goal for this. So, I thought that was really, really good.
Yep.
It was Spielbergian saccharine sweetness, but I thought it felt good.
Agreed. All right, guys. Well, that's it.
Let us know what you thought.
Are you
Is the book the holy grail of nerd iconography, like so many people put it out to be? The be-all, end-all? Oh, there is one last thing. He whips out the holy hand grenade of Antioch, and he doesn't count to 3. These are very specific rules that were laid out. The number that thou shalt count to shall be 3, and the number 3 being the number thou shalt count. Not shalt thou count 2, unless thou proceed straight to 3, nor counting 4, and 5 was right out. But he didn't bother counting anything, he just took the holy hand grenade of Antioch and lobbed it into the crowd. He didn't even bother to count. He's named Parzival, which is Arthurian legend, and even King Arthur had to count from 1 to 5 and be reminded to go to 3.
I'm going to pretend I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, have you never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail? I'm about to hit you with my shoe.
I'm sorry.
Like, really fucking hard.
Go see Ready Player One.
It's fun. And then you can tune back in here and watch me hit Jared with a shoe.
No.
Yeah.
No. Later, guys.
Later.
You fucking